everyone. We'd like to welcome. Good afternoon, everyone. We would like to welcome you all to today's first webinar of the newly established MENA Women Innovate Network. The MENA Innovate Network was launched at the Water Energy for Food MENA 2023 Innovation Camp. And the project itself is a joint international initiative of the German Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development, the European Union, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Government of the Netherlands, the Norwegian Agency for Development Cooperation, and Sweden through the Swedish International Development Cooperation Agency, and the USAID. During the bootcamp, a dedicated session on gender provided women innovators with the opportunity to speak about the challenges they faced while starting their business and how they managed their work-life balance and other topics. MENA gender gap remains substantially unchanged in the economic empowerment sphere. Women in the region still hold the lowest entrepreneurial activity at 4% over the overall population when starting or growing business. Every day, Arab women bear the consequences of outdated gender stereotypes that continue to label men as being more entrepreneurial while placing women in subordinate positions. Thus, we have chosen to have the first webinar of the Women Innovate Network on digital marketing. Digital marketing has created a level playing field where businesswomen and women entrepreneurs can compete with their male counterparts and showcase their talents to a global audience. It also helps businesswomen and women entrepreneurs to reach out to more end users through B2B and B2C targeted campaigns and strategies. Today, we are lucky to have engineer Ahmed Roushdy with us. Ahmed Roushdy is a distinguished expert in the e-commerce industry. He successfully founded Little Blessings, a seven-figure e-commerce children brand that has extended its operations and sales from Egypt to major regions, including the Middle East, Africa, Europe, and the US. And beyond his entrepreneurial endeavors, Ahmed has significantly contributed to amplifying the online presence of hundreds of companies across the US, Europe, Australia, and the Middle East. He has offered his support and mentorship to prominent initiatives, including the Women Entrepreneurs Finance Initiative by the World Bank, Startup Launchpad, and the AUC Venture Lab. Most recently, Ahmed has taken on the role of the lead consultant with the USAID-funded trade project, where he guides hundreds of companies in augmenting their experts from Egypt. And today's webinar will focus on four main pillars. The first one is to understand the importance of online presence and discover why strong online presence is crucial in today's digital age. And the second one is to learn actionable digital marketing strategies that can help you implement immediately and to drive customer engagement and growth. And the third one is to analyze the real-world case studies from one of the audience's real business experience. And finally, we hope that we have time to get engaged in an interactive Q&A session. And before I hand over to Ahmed, we would like to get to have a quick poll about where your business is located or where you are located. So please open your poll and answer the question. Yeah, so most of us are in the Middle East and North Africa, and then we have one from South and Southeast Asia. Hopefully the others will be joining soon. And I would like to hand over to Engineer Ahmed to start the session.
Perfect. Thank you, Dr. Noura. Thank you, Hannah, and everyone for first inviting me over. I'm super excited to jump on this workshop. So again, thank you for joining today. I know people are coming in. There was a glitch, so the people just came in. There was a glitch on the timing for the system, and there was wrong emails coming in. But I think I'm seeing more people joining, so that's exciting. Again, this is the workshop, or the title of the session, is Accelerate Your Growth, a deep dive into B2B digital marketing. So very exciting to be here and talking to you, and just making sure that we have more of the actionable aspects over this during the session. So I think Dr. Noura already introduced me. Just a quick glimpse. I'll be sharing the slides after our meeting. So feel free to take screenshots, but at the same time, just make sure that you will get a copy of the slides as well. Just a quick ground rules here. This is a session that we want to make sure it's interactive. So there's no silly questions. If something pops up in your head, just don't wait until the end. Please ask. Share your stories if you have something funny, a quick anecdote, anything related to the topic. Please, we'd love to hear. Bad jokes are welcome, and I'll be doing many of these, so stay tuned. Again, it makes it much easier to make sure this is a two-way street between me or the speaker and the participants. So let's make sure that it's not a lecture, but more of a discussion. Your thoughts are valuable, so please share them whenever possible. Embrace the chaos. I want this to be as chaotic as possible. So please feel free to jump in. Let's have fun and let's do this together. So we want to make sure this is as interactive and fun as possible. Just to get you excited and begin with some numbers, I want to share with you a little bit of those. So in the digital age, it's we can't be talking without looking at numbers, right? So we're talking about almost 5 billion people, users on the global World Wide Web. E-commerce sales, $4.2 trillion in terms of e-commerce sales. 61% of these online transactions are B2B, because there's a stigma and there's always like thoughts like, okay, e-commerce, Amazon, like I'm gonna buy a shoe, you know, that's not for me. I have a B2B business. E-commerce or online or digital world is not for me. It's only if someone has a nice shoe to sell. No, 61% of transactions are happening online, or at least starting to happen online. With that, next thing is B2B decision making. So B2B decision making still happens online. Over 70% of these transactions have happened somehow on online research. So even if someone is sending you a check or paying you a check physically, or doing a wire transfer outside the online world, they're not checking out on your website. 70% of the decision making was happening through research online. So it's very, very important to put that in mind. Again, in terms of social media, we're talking about 3.6 billion people on social media and $389 billion in digital ad spend. So this is just to get you excited on some of the numbers out there. Okay, these are great numbers. What's next, right? So next is online presence. I'm here to tell you it's really, really, really crucial to make sure that you are visibly online in a manner that through channels and through ways that it looks like it's 2023 and not 1995. Okay, because this has a huge impact on your sales, on your online presence, on your transactions, on your partnerships opportunities, on your funding opportunities. So it's very, very important to be able to keep that in mind. So what does online presence means, or what does this has to do, or how does this help? And it does expand your global audience, both, again, locally, obviously. So if you're a business in Morocco, or you're a business in a small business in Jordan, you are getting to be known in your local communities, but also this gives you a chance to have a global reach. You know, your website or your global or your presence online is accessible everywhere. And it gives you a chance to engage directly with customers wherever they are, wherever you are, and receive feedback and improve on that. And also it utilizes customer data to personalize offerings. So it also gives you a chance to, if you know Ahmed is reaching out to you, you can see their profile, you can understand what their background is, which then you can customize their offerings. And there's a lot of ways to do that manually, and there's a lot of ways to do that automatically as well. It depends on what your business type is and how you get to work on that. Okay, so all of that, you know, is great, but where do I start and how do I start? So there are certain things we'll cover today. So just to get you started and get to understand where we're starting and how we're doing that. So starting off with company website, this is important to be able to highlight. Then we'll jump on digital marketing. So there's search engine optimization, which we'll cover today, content and email marketing, social media, and paid advertising. So starting off with your website, it's really important to understand that your website is a window through which your business says hello to the world. So it's very, very important to understand that this is really important for your business and for your overall presence. And it starts with your website. It's exactly when someone walks in the door and you look at them. You know, we all say we don't judge a book by its cover. But when it comes to business and it comes to, you know, paying $1,000 for someone or $10,000 or $100,000 for a business opportunity, someone's going to pay you. Someone was going to look at and judge you by your cover. So they're going to check you online. They're going to look at your personal profiles. They're going to look at your company profiles on social media to be able to understand. So what are they doing? Are they a scam? Do they have good reviews? Have someone tried them before? All of that. It's very, very important to keep that in mind. And also sometimes I consult different businesses through a lot of development agencies like today's session. And a lot of companies get stuck with like, oh, should I keep my website blue or white? And my wife likes pink. Should I do it pink? All of these you're stuck somewhere that is not really important. What is important is making sure that there's content, there's details about your business, there's details about what you do, and it's important to keep that in mind and don't get stuck in what colors should I use or what background should I use. Just make sure you have a beautiful content that resonates and that sticks out about your business to be able to take this further. Websites. So as we said, your gateway to the online world. It seems to me and to many of us like, you know, outdated to talk about websites and the importance of websites. But again, it's we have to say that it's not also only about just having a website, but making sure that it's professional, it's secure, it's fast. Because again, even if I meet you physically, even if I shake your hands and take your business card, I take your business card and I go report to my boss, or I go to talk to my partner, or I go to talk to someone and say, hey, I met this person. I got this email from this person. What is the first thing I do? I probably go on Google and write the name of your company and Google it and see what comes up. So your website has to come up, articles about you, social media posts about you. So this gives us a chance to understand what the company and what is the purpose of your company. So there's that as just a start, like, you know, basic information about the company. But also there's something called CRO, which is the conversion rate optimization, which you take your website and try to make sure you're one step up, you're on the next level up. What does that mean? It means like there's a lot of testing opportunities that you test and see if I can make my website faster, if I can convert with the reason of converting. I want to convert. Someone will say, okay, again, Ahmed, you're saying conversion. It seems like it's B2C kind of thing. No, conversion when it comes to B2B, it could be as simple as filling out a form. That is the conversion goal for a lot of B2B businesses. I want someone to come onto my website. I want them to fill out a form. That is a conversion objective that is very, very important to highlight and to always try to make sure that I'm increasing my conversion numbers. So even if you think you have the best performing website, you have a great website that tells your story, there's always opportunity to go up. There's always opportunity to convert better. There's always opportunity to have a faster website, which all affects your conversion and making sure that I'm actually getting what I want out of this website. I just want to make sure I have all the on my screen, the participants, and just in case anyone raises their hands or anything. Also, in case I miss someone raises their hand or a question or anything, please unmute and feel free to jump in as well. What we're covering next is the digital marketing strategies. And we have a couple of blocks on those, and I'm super excited to talk to you about. And I think I highlighted in the previous slide. So without further ado, I'll just jump into the first one, which is search engine optimization. So a lot of you might have heard that. A lot of you might believe in this or not. What is it? It's simply, when Google and other search engine search engine technologies scrape the entire World Wide Web, and every morning they wake up, AI technologies, they search the internet and they read about websites across. So what happens when Google and other search engines land on your website, it reads your website, it rates it, it looks at its speed, at its conversion, at the content, the English, the type of content that there is it, and tries to rank it, whether it's really scam or it's not. And also afterwards, if for example, Google monitors, I want to buy a screen monitor for my computer in Jordan, in Amman, Jordan. So I write that in Google, and then a website comes up, I click on it. Google tracks, if I click on that specific website and I stay there, this means that it satisfied my needs. I went to a link, it worked, I never came back to Google, I got what I needed and I moved on. So that would rank your website even higher. So it's very important to keep things in mind when it comes to search engine optimization and optimizing your website to make sure that it's fast, that it actually has content that is relevant to your business, so that when Google puts it to audience out there, it's relevant to that, and they don't go back to Google. The fact that they don't go back to Google is they found exactly what they were looking for. So search engine optimization, as you can see on the screen, it's increasing your website visibility so that you can get organic search. Okay, it's all about organic. What is organic and what is paid? Organic is what you do and the audience you get or the conversions you get without paying Google or without paying search engines to rank higher on their search engines. So it's organically, you're ranking higher because the tools that are using and the content that it's on your website is actually relevant to what you're talking about. And this has to do with a little bit of a back end on your website, but also a lot on the front end and what type of content you have, or how many pages you have, and what are the pages that you're the type of content that you have on each page. So, and again, it's really important to, as you can see, the second pillar here, importance of keywords, quality of content, and backlinks, which I'll explain in the next slide. And then the outcome here is you get increased visibility, which more traffic, more opportunities for prospects to convert. So this is where I, speak high level about a certain topic, and then this is more of like for you as a participant, you would take screenshots, or again, I'll share the slides after our call, that you can do a little bit of homework. Like, okay, Ahmed, you said search engine optimization is important. What's next? What do I need to do? Here's a list of actionable items. And the next slide is also actionable items part 2, which is giving you recommended apps that you can jump on and help you with the topic that we have on each slide. So with SEO, you'll have actionable steps here, and then you have specific apps that helps you get to where you need to be. So quickly again about search engine content keywords. So Google and search engines look for keywords about the type of business you do, about what you need to actually be able to the keywords that you related to your business, so that when a user uses this keyword, they can quickly reach your website. On the back end, there's something called meta tags and title tags and meta descriptions. This is on the back end where you can work with your developer, you can work with different freelancers to be able to make sure that the description at the back end of your website is short, it's concise, it's exactly it's about your business, and it's not random text that your developer never bothered to add there. Which is crucial for search engine. They look at the back end and they try to understand more about your website to put it in front of their users. Backlinks. Backlinks is really interesting. Backlinks is about how many other people are talking about your business. So whether if you've been featured with a development agency or with the innovation hub or all of that, how can, if someone writes a blog about you or a piece of article about you or has a link about you, this is called a backlink, where I'm on USAID website, for example, and there's a story about me as a business, and there's a link there that takes me to the website. The more backlinks that you have, the better. How can I have backlinks? So if you have a partnership, you can ask your partners to write a story about you, to add a link about you on their website, or go to a local magazine or a featured about an industry feature. You can go and say, hey, have you seen about our business? We'd love if you can feature us. If you could add a story about us and add a link to our website. This, again, helps you with getting traffic, organic traffic, and makes you rank higher on search engines, which is really, really important. There's a lot of different tools and apps that you can use. I mean, I can definitely also have like a document along with the slides to have a quick brief about each app. But if you Google these apps, these are the top apps that could help you with search engine optimization. Next is any questions about SEO? Remember, we talked about the rules and we wanted to make sure this is as chaotic as possible. So I don't see any chaos here. Chaos means unmute and jump in and tell us a funny story, or just a question as well. Okay, I'll take that awkward silence and move on and jump on to the next point here, which is content marketing. What is content marketing and how does this help my business? Again, the B2B business owner will jump in and say, hey man, I just, I don't have enough time for TikToks. If you're gonna talk about a video about my business on TikTok, I'm not interested. It's not part of our brand, and we're more serious than doing a TikTok video. I'm not here to talk about TikTok video, but if you actually have chance to do a TikTok video, you could go viral and it could help your business, even if you're B2B, even if you're as serious as you want. The different content that's available, or the different pillars that's available in the content marketing, is making sure that you have valuable information to attract and engage your target audience on different platforms. So if you don't want to be on TikTok, that's fine. That's a decision that you make. But LinkedIn is as professional as it gets. So making sure that you have content and you have, even if you have 2 followers on your LinkedIn page, it starts there. You won't have followers if you don't have content. So you need to start writing content, and it doesn't have to be like, oh, the content, the post for this week, it's going to be our vision, and it's going to be our mission, and it's going to be our, nobody cares, I'm sorry to tell you, about your vision or your mission. They want to listen to stories about how your businesses could help them. What are you doing to help the world? How are you helping your customers? How can they, or it's just a generic thing about the industry that you're in. So it's very, very important that you think thoroughly about the content that you want to create and go out and do that. Pushbacks, right? How this will going to cost me. Actually, with today's world, people are freaking out about AI, and they're freaking out about copy and content and copyrights and all of that. It's good for business owners. There's a lot of apps and there's a lot of tools that makes things easier and cheaper for you as a business owner that could help you write content, for example. So ChatGPT, you might have heard of it. If you don't have an account, you're losing out on a lot of opportunity for your business. Go in there and tell ChatGPT, hey, this is my website. This is what I do, and write your vision and your mission and all the things that you have there. And tell it, hey, ChatGPT, write me a piece of content that is short, nice, fun, that I can post on LinkedIn. And it's going to write you a post for LinkedIn. Now there's opportunities also to put a picture, then it, guide me to have a picture. What picture should go there? Or what's going to do? So it's very, very important that you use and utilize free tools, amazing tools out there that could help you grow your business with less money and financial commitment, and also with faster execution, because you can go there right now on ChatGPT, tell it to write 10 posts. You can schedule 10 posts on LinkedIn. This will going to take you 10 minutes at most. And you have 10 posts for 10 weeks or 10 days, posting weekly, posting daily. So it's beautiful. So make sure that whatever we're presenting today, don't take it like, oh, I need to hire an entire marketing department and I need to do this and I need to do that. If you have a marketing department, that's great. If you don't, there's a lot of tools. Even if you have a marketing department, I encourage you and push you to make sure that you use these tools to be able to push your company and your teams forward. There's a typo there, high zero quality. So it's high hyphen quality, just FYI. Actionable steps. When it comes to content marketing, identifying your problems, identifying your target audience, which is really, really important. Who are you targeting? And when you understand exactly who you're targeting, you'll be able to create specific content for your audience. So it's very, very important to make sure that you're exactly targeting the people that you're saying you're targeting. And then based on that, you can have webinars, you can have posts, you can have ebooks, you can have blogs. Again, anything that you do online helps you on the long term. It's an investment that you're putting, and make sure, just remember, when you have a blog post or an article, even on a sublink on your domain, it's there forever, it sticks. So, it's not going to go in vain. So it's very important that you know that it's going to be an investment worthwhile for sure. Some apps that you can use to be able to create content, to be able to push your content out the door. Perfect. Any questions on content marketing before we jump on to the next thing? Again, just a reminder, you can always unmute and jump in. Please, Labib, our first winner here for the day.
Yeah, hi Ahmed, I'm Yogita. I'm from the South and Southeast Asia region. I just wanted to know about this ChatGPT. Can we use it, or are there any kind of copyright issues? Because I read somewhere that some clients had objection about it, like they didn't like the content being generated by AI or through ChatGPT. So is it prevalent, or we should refrain ourselves from using it?
Thank you for your question. One, copyrights. There are no issues about copywriting there as of now, because what happens is AI is actually writing that for the first time for you, and it's mostly about what you're feeding it. So it goes two ways, right? I'm gonna tell my prompt, like, this is the type of business I'm working on. I work in farming. This is what I do. These are my audience. This is that. So it does take my content and then polish it. Or even you can say, hey, I took a first cut at a LinkedIn post. Can you polish it? So it's not like going out in the internet and grabbing in some copyrighted content and summarizing it and giving it to you. It's actually new content, fresh made just for you. So there's no copyright issues. The second thing is, you said some clients or some companies or others stakeholders that they were not happy that it's AI generated. Again, I think it's all about how you prompt it to give you what you need. If you go in and say, hey, ChatGPT, write me an article about kids' tents and teepees, right? It's going to write a very generic thing, but I didn't give it context that I sell tents for kids or teepees for kids. And I want that the article is a blog post and it's short and it takes consumers directly to my website and tells a story about the kids and the family and how to use the teepees. So the prompt of just give me an article about teepees is very different than give me an article about teepees for kids, because I sell or I target families and I want something that is very specific. And at the end of the day, even if it's not selling the teepees, but indirectly directing them to my website or what I'm trying to sell. So I think the quality of the content falls into how you're feeding ChatGPT or other AI tools as well. Hope I answered your question here.
Yeah. Thank you, Ahmed.
We have another question from Mr. Labib. So, Mr. Labib, can you please proceed and ask the question?
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you perfectly.
Hello, Ahmed. Hello, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity. Well, I don't really have a question. I have a comment about the AI. Actually, you say most of the things I want to say about the AI. Well, I've been using the AI these past 2 months, especially with ChatGPT, and there is a lot of things one can do with the ChatGPT. First, you have to upload your strategy, your business, even ChatGPT 4 can now link in online, so you can give him your website, your accounts, and to analyze your data. And when you ask him about something, he can write something tailored to your business, specific to your business. That's the great of AI. I've been using AI tools now, and I'm planning to integrate it with my business a lot. Even now, I am using AI tool to write the comment about this meeting. So the AI is something that helps us to go step forward to easy our long time routine of work that consume a lot of hours to a minute. I encourage everyone to use it, try it, especially ChatGPT 4. If he can afford $20 per month, it can give you more than this amount of money. So that's what I want to say.
Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, and again, just I don't want to tip anyone off. Like, there is the free version as well. As Labib said, like, there's the free version, there's the $20 per month version. You have nothing to lose. Sign up, get yourself on it, ask it any questions. You can ask it, how, motivation things. How can I work on my time management? How can I cook pasta? Or how can I push my business further? Or maybe,
one more advice with the ChatGPT, if you may, I can give it to you. When you talk to ChatGPT, ask him first to be what you want him to be. Like, I want you to, like, you write a prompt. The prompt is so important, as Ahmed said. Like, one of the prompts, you are a content writer. Analyze this content and give me your feedback. When you tell him be be like content creator, be marketing specialist, be marketing manager, the ChatGPT will be like, if you ask him, just give me content creator for TikTok or Instagram, it will give you something normal. But when you ask him and give him this prompt, like be content creator, he will think like a content creator. So a prompt is something very important. There is a prompt library all over the internet. If anyone want to search about it, it can give you a lot of easy things to deal with the ChatGPT. Thank you.
Again, thank you so much for sharing. Anyone has anything else to add or share? Awesome. I'm going to move on to the next thing. Okay, the next thing is email marketing. So email marketing, you might have heard about that. You've seen TikToks about it or articles. Email marketing is still a very powerful tool. People think that, SMS or email is gone. It's not. People still are on their phones. They're getting SMSs or text messages. They're getting emails. They're on their emails. They're reading them. So it's about how to capture people through their subject. I'm seeing a lot of businesses that are being creative on their subject lines, because this is where the user sees your message first and gets encouraged to open it and read your content. And then the content itself and what you're providing. How does this resonate to your audience group? How does it resonate to what I want to achieve? So again, it's very, very important to keep an eye on exactly what you want to the type of content that you want to provide to your audience, and your audience themselves. Who are they? What their interests are? What can I provide them that is interesting? So again, it gives you an opportunity for relationship building, whether to new customers or existing customers. Segmenting, the next pillar, segmenting your list or segmenting your audience is very important, so that you have different messages to different audiences. And then the high ROI, that is the outcome here, because you have a list and you keep sending it SMS or text messages. Eventually they'll convert. Whether your conversion is about meeting up, getting on a Zoom call with them, buying, that shoe that we talked about at the beginning of the workshop. So it is about exactly what you want out of this, and how can you improve your overall traffic to help you send more conversions into your funnel. Actionable items. Again, this is the slides will be shared afterwards. You're more than happy if you want to take screenshots as we go. This is more of actions that you need to work through. Number one is crucial for email marketing is actually getting emails. So there's the funnel that is very, very important to think of. So on top of the funnel is collecting emails. So you need to collect emails either through online means on social media, or through messages, or through physically. If you're at conferences, if you're at exhibitions or trade shows, you have an iPad, you have something, or your phone, ask people to fill out the form, or fill out a form directly with their hands. Usually tech is here to help things move forward, rather than waste time on data entry and trying to figure out the letters and all of that. Give them a phone or an iPad or a tablet or a QR code for them to scan and fill in their details. So collecting your audience information is really crucial. Then be able to squeeze them, give them content, free resources or discounts or things like that, to be able for them to fill out the form. Then segmenting your customers or segmenting your lists. These are existing, these are potential, these are the people I've met in Paris during a trade show, and the different messages. So the people I've just met in Paris or on a trade show, I just came back, they're going to get a specific email about, the pleasure of meeting them and the opportunity that we could do business in the coming months, all of that. So the type of content is really, really important, again, based on the audience that you're sending this to. Then it's very important to test things as you go. So I mentioned earlier about the subject line. Like a subject line is very important about whether people will open your email. So there are tools where you can test. Let's say you're going to send emails to 100 people. You can do an A/B test. So 50 emails are going to go to these people, and 50 emails are going to go to these people with different content on each. So this has a different subject line than this one. And the email is the same, but it's all about the subject line. You want to see, if I change the subject line, I have more people opening the email. How can you know people open your email? How can you know people clicked on your email? These are all apps that we have. If you use, you will be able to understand how many people opened the emails, how many times did they open the email. So did I open the email, I read through and then closed it, and then came back 2 days and I opened it again and I clicked. You'll be able to see that analytics. You'll be able to see all these data to be able to make better decisions as you move forward with your content. Screenshot this. These are different apps, different resources, different pricing that you can use to be able to choose one and one or two to be able to jumpstart your email marketing. Anyone that has used email marketing for their businesses, have questions, would love to jump in and share their story or ask a question.
Yeah, I use MailChimp very frequently. So sometimes it so happens that if I have to add a new subscription, so it's a little bit of clumsy process. So do you recommend any platform which is better to use, or what's your experience about it?
Absolutely. Thank you for your question. I think ActiveCampaign and MailChimp are really easy to use. Even MailChimp on the much easier side. Constant content might be a little bit heavier. So MailChimp helps with the flow. It creates flows. There's a mobile app that you could use and be able to get your content. Excuse me. To be able to get your content together and get your email out. So yeah, absolutely. I would go ahead, at least start with MailChimp for that.
Thank you.
Perfect. Jumping onto social media. So there are two things that I'm going to cover today, which one is organic and the other is paid. So when it comes to organic, it's about, again, creating and sharing content on the different networks to make sure that you have your message out, to make sure that you have your content out. So it's really, really important to keep that in mind as you work on your content and work on making sure that you are getting through with your material and with your goals. Choosing the right platforms is very important. Some people refrain from using Instagram, refrain from using TikTok because it's a different type of audience, but they're more onto LinkedIn, and some use Facebook, some use other platforms. So it's very important to choose the right platform with the right audience, with the right messages. I could as a business be on TikTok because I have a specific message that I want to deliver out and share. So it fits, the platform fits my message and it fits the audience that I'm trying to reach. This helps you with overall brand awareness. It helps you with people like looking you up and trying to understand what your business and what you're going to do. So it's very important to, and it helps a lot with your rankings as well. In terms of paid is a little bit different. Paid is about having content and writing content and doing material that you're pushing to a specific audience through paid channels. So whether you're working with Meta for Facebook, you can send out ads on WhatsApp, you send out apps on Instagram, Facebook, all of these platforms, and also through LinkedIn. A lot of people don't know that there's something called LinkedIn Sales Navigator and LinkedIn Business that you could use to be able to push ads as well. LinkedIn is a great way for B2B. LinkedIn is a great platform and medium for B2B because it helps a lot with knowing exactly the audience on a professional level. So I know that Ahmed Roushdy works in a specific business in the US. There's a problem that they're looking, or he is the procurement manager in a specific company. So I'm going to target procurement managers across the US. And boom, I have a list through their LinkedIn because they said they are procurement managers and they work for American companies. So it's very easy to be able to push those ads or those posts directly to the people or the audience that you're looking for. And what do you get? You get immediate results. You get a call, or you get sign up, or you get lead gen that helps you with reaching out to your audience. What are the actionable items? Identifying the keywords for your business. That's for paid. Write copy that is compelling and attractive to the audience that you're reaching out. Make sure that if they click on a link, whether it's a website or a page or a landing page, that page resonates to exactly what they said, what you promised. For example, if you're promising something for procurement managers in the US, create a landing page and make it specific for that audience so that when they click on the ad, they go to a landing page on your website, not just the homepage. They go to a specific landing page, they read more about your business, and there's a form or there's something that they could convert, you know? So you have to think of the product. It's not like you're doing an ad on one side, you're writing copy on the other side, and everything is not related. It's all very, very much related. And then part of the paid advertising or paid media, it's very important that you're looking at analytics. It's very important that you're looking at performance. And, you know, if you're paying $100, how much that $100 gave out? Did it get me 10 conversions, 100 conversions? And what is the quality of conversions and the quality of leads that it's bringing me? So it's very important that you just, again, don't do it and run, that you just do it and you nurture your ads, you nurture your media marketing, and be able to see how you can make it better and how it would perform better. Different apps, different platforms. Obviously, the platforms are different than the apps, but these are apps that you can create content. A lot of the apps have free versions that you can try and see if it's interesting, and then you can join the paid ones as well. Awesome. Any questions on organic and paid media? Questions, thoughts, things you want to share? See thumbs up. Awesome. If that's the case, I would like to jump to Hannah, if you want to jump in and talk about the poll we have here for everyone.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me, everyone?
Yep, now we do.
Perfect. It's great to see so many of you. Thanks for making it at short notice. So we would like to hear quickly from you how you would actually assess your company's or your organization's own digital presence at the moment. So we're going to do a quick poll now, and then we'll do another one quickly at the end of the session, just to also see if maybe something changed and you feel like you're better positioned or still have a little bit more work to do than you thought you did when we finished the session. So I'm going to pull this up now. Give me 1 second. And it's fully anonymous, so you can be really honest with yourself and with us. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. 1 second. All right, please go ahead and vote now. You can rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 5, 1 being that you feel like you still have a lot of work to do in terms of digital marketing, and 5, you could basically be hosting the session together with Ahmed.
I don't think I'm 5, but I think somewhere between 2 to 3.
We've all seen the credentials, so. Okay, so we have a bit of a cluster at 2, not very strong yet, so quite a few people that are a little bit critical of themselves. Then some
Don't
people
be too harsh.
Don't be too harsh, but we all have room to learn, of course. That's why we're doing the session. Yeah, so there's an overwhelming majority that considers themselves around 2 to 3, it looks to me. And quite a few strong ones. Great. Okay, I'm going to close the poll in a second. And back to you, Ahmed, if you would like to ask about the results or continue with the agenda.
Perfect.
Okay, and here's our results. Back to you, Ahmed.
Perfect. Thank you, Hannah. I think we're talking about 48% on 2, 22% on decent, number 3, 19 on strong, really cool, and yeah, 11 insufficient. Great. Thank you so much for sharing that. It's always important to, I think, to rate ourselves and compare ourselves to where can we head next. So our next thing on our agenda is, you know, try to inspire you and give you some examples of good examples of online presence. And again, I want you to think of online presence, my entire bucket of online presence, my website, my social media. Like, people will judge me. Back to judgment again. It's not about judgment as much as if someone is going to do business with me, what are they looking for? What do they want? And how can I make sure I have a good cover for my book? So I'm going to share with you different businesses, different business types as well, which is important to think of, because I know the group here, we have a wide variety of attendees from different parts of the world, so and different objectives. I'll share with you a couple of things that I like on each business types as well. So that's a business, and look at the pictures, look at the messages that they're trying to set here from the get-go, right? I can see there's workshops, I see farm adventures, I see cultivating beauty, books, there's a lot there, right? Seeds. So you can tell a little bit about what this business is trying to do or what they're selling, so it's, again, it's important to really from the get-go, from the hero section on your website. I clicked on something, I'm going back onto the homepage, that you understand what the company is all about. Until the homepage loads back up, I'm also going to stalk them, right? I'm going to look at their social media. Beautiful page, image on the top. It fits quite interestingly with what they're trying to do. And again, it's a business about flowers and about seeds, and it's about books, and it's about adventure within the farm. So I can see videos, I see a cat, which is interesting because also animals does make a big difference in conversions, but also it's part of their business here. So what do they do? It's intro, like, look at that. It's a flower farm and a seed company located in Washington. So again, interesting. It's to the point, and I can get to things and convert. Okay, once I get into the hero, after the hero section, this is called the hero section, which is the most important part of the website. I can see there's a form, like a short form, email, a name. You can sign up. What they're trying to do here, and they also add this. There's a sticky one here. It's called sticky footer here, where they're also asking for my name and email, right? They want to capture that email. Why? Again, we talked about this earlier about email content and copy. Like, they know I came onto their website. If I'm interested, I'm going to put my name, I'm going to put my email. Maybe I'll buy some seeds. Maybe I'll join a workshop in the future. And this is where they get me hooked. And it seems I'm interested in flowers, and they can get me there. So that's one type of business, one type of online presence they have. If we jump on their Instagram, they have 1.1 million followers. Really beautiful Instagram. They have Instagrammable pictures anyway, but they're nurturing that. They're making sure they do that. I can see a lot of videos, and I see videos that have 12K. People are interacting. People are working on. Once they came on in life, they had all of these followers? No, they slowly grew their business. And again, depends on where you're at. We're going to see other different types of businesses. So here's a different one. Again, random business type. I'm trying to see B2B, B2C, farms, non-farms, everything that's out there. We're going to do makeup as well, so stay tuned. So again, from the get-go, I'm landing on a page. There's a hero. There's a specific message that's very, very clear. You want to help the pigs. You want to learn about the birds. Want to know about the latest stories. You want to come meet the animals. There's a story about each animal. There's a lot about this nonprofit organization that I can learn and directly, like, how can you support? This is the conversion. It's a nonprofit. They still want you to convert, right? They want you to convert by coming, visiting their facility, giving them money, volunteering for them. So buying their merchandise, that could be one thing also. And you click on it, you can buy that t-shirt, you can buy the logo or the sticker. So again, nonprofit conversion, how is that? Again, it's a type of business. are an organization they have online presence. They want you to convert by somehow. Either you fill out a form, you come visit, you buy a ticket, you come donate. And if you look at their social media, and again, this is part of your online presence, what are you doing? What stories do you have? What content do you have? And are you resonating to the team or to the people or to the audience that you're trying to reach out to? They even have a TikTok page. And, you know, I can see a lot of those videos going, some of them they have 800 views, some of them 600,000 views. So not every piece of content you'll do will go viral, but it's important that there's content and you're trying and you're pushing through. Let me go on something more B2B and business in terms of like LinkedIn. So that's a Lebanese company about sending money to Lebanon from anywhere in the world. So remittance business is growing a lot in different parts of the world. So you land on their page, they talk about how the app looks like, what they're providing, and an action, get purple. If you click on the link, click on the button, you directly go to the app store, you can download and you get started. And then it has an how it works section. You know, you send money to Lebanon, you have good rates, your money on your way. There's QR codes, there's a platform of how the app is working. So again, as a user, I land on this. I'm a Lebanese. I want to send money to my parents or grandparents. And it's like, oh, khalas, I got it. I understand how the business works, what it wants. And there's blogs and there's articles that helps with Google. There's news and, gives me confidence that, okay, there's, remittance business, new business in Lebanon, or they're expanding to Egypt, or they're doing this, they're doing that. And even like if I have questions, I can check that. So I checked their LinkedIn page and, they have 15 employees. They have 2K followers. They're very active. They're posting a lot. They're doing webinars. They're attending conferences. So, that's the type of content that you want. It's not that, Ahmed, who's Lebanese, lives abroad, is gonna, sign up for a conference that Purple is doing, right? But when I check it, like, it's not a scam. They actually posted something 44 minutes ago. They're active. This is their post from 1 week about Eid. And the co-founder is doing this in Istanbul. So they're all over the place. So it gives me confidence that if I use the app and send $2,000 to my grandma in Lebanon, it's going to get there, So this is sometimes we do that without thinking. We're trying to stalk businesses or stalk people to try to understand who they are and are they trustworthy or not. So I have a lot of different opportunities here or examples, but I'd love to turn around a bit and maybe even do that. I know a couple of people voted that they think their business is good, or they rate them high. Even if you rate them low, I'd be more than happy if we can do this exercise even live together. If you want to volunteer and share your website or your online presence, even if it's not the best website, even if it's not the best online presence, but we can actually do that live together and see where are the opportunities for growth. I'm not gonna, say, hey, you've done this mistake here and there. The idea is, even if you stand on a really good ground, I want you to make sure, I want you to know and realize that there's always a one step upwards. There's always opportunity for growth. There's always opportunity to get onto the next thing. So any volunteers, I can have Dr. Noura and Hannah help out with that as well.
Okay, everyone, no need to be shy. We're not here to judge, like Ahmed said. If you would like to share with us your website, your online presence, get a little bit of feedback and discuss it, I think it would be fantastic. Personally, I have a bit of I would love to see someone from the MENA innovators volunteer. I see Lena here, for example, from Robinson Agri. I know you guys have a really good online presence. Would that be an option, Lena? Would you feel ready?
Hi everyone, hello. Honestly, we are working on our online presence currently. We are seeking the support of experts, so it's a bit unfair, I think, to share our presence because it's not really the work on our website and on our social presence is not complete yet. So.
No problem. How about the rest of the group? We're 53 people here. Any volunteers? Don't. Dr. Noura?
Hamis from Mozilla, if you'd like to share your website, if you're interested.
Hi, Dr. Noura. To be honest, it's not ready also. The website is being updated also.
Okay. So do we have any volunteer?
Oh, we have Labib. Fantastic.
Yes, hi everyone. Just let me open my website.
Or if it's easier, Labib, if you want to share the link, I can share my screen and do the walkthrough together if you want. That could be another option.
Okay. Let me share my.
Awesome, thank you. So the idea here is also like trying to come up with looking at what we have and giving you guidance live as we go through this. In no way, Labib, I want you to take this personal. We're here to learn and see how we can push further. So I land on Nakhla, صح? AI Nakhla, yes. Or Al Nakhla?
No, Al Nakhla.
Al Nakhla. Okay, perfect. I land on Al Nakhla, and I'm gonna try to know what type of business you do without really like as we go in an instant, right?
Yes.
Perfect. So we land here. I'll give you feedback as we go. So I think one thing is important is the top section here, where it's a little bit, the background is beautiful. I think it tells a lot, but I have a problem with reading. So our story, services and products, career, blog is a little bit eaten up by the background. What I would do here is maybe draw a line here, and this section could be white. So there's a distinction between the menu and the rest of the thing. And also like agriculture and livestock production, LLC, it's not really visible. So that's a quick feedback on that one. Again, you want the user, once they land on your website, they get exactly what you're trying to say from the get-go.
Okay.
And then I love how this transitions. So when I scroll down, the menu, as you can see, it goes on that darker color, so I can actually see it. So this is perfect. This is happening here. And then it gives me Nakhla's info, vision, mission, and goals. I know I've mentioned that a little bit earlier. I'm not sure if you heard me. I was harsh a little bit and said people don't care about your mission or vision.
No, they don't care, yeah.
I think it resonates much here. I think it's part of, us wanting to make sure that we're getting our messages out there. People are very sensitive to reading long things. So I just want to make sure that, give them as small as info as possible and to the point, right? You want to be the #1 company that provide palm care services in the MENA region. Okay, how does this help me? If I'm a buyer from you, if I'm a B2B, I think we can learn more about what you do. But again, entrepreneur, agri-tech, social enterprise that targets the second economic welfare after perfect. So probably you're looking for buyers, right? international buyers, I'm assuming?
Yes, well, if we talking about B2B, like when we deal with, let's say, resident complex, جماعة سكنية,
Okay.
that need to plant a palm tree. They have a problem with the palm tree because they need a lot of take care of the palm tree to be able to be a good looking and without making mess around the palm tree. So what we do, we offer to them that we're planting palm tree, we take care of the palm tree through the year, and also harvesting the date for them. If they need dates or they just need a good looking palm tree, we can do that to them.
Perfect. I love that. So you're going to help me. Yeah, you're going to help me do the work and make sure that, you know, it's worth the investment, you know, making sure that I don't have to handle or all of that. So again, you wanting to be the #1 company, I mean, again, it's very important to keep that in mind. SDGs and sustainability are good, definitely. It's something maybe secondary, but not the main thing. You want to tell me from the get-go, I'm gonna help you with there's a problem. You want someone to handle your palm trees, you wanted someone to harness them throughout the years and all of that. So tell me, I'm almost halfway through, not halfway through the next section. So my interest level is the highest, right? I want to know about what Labib does or Nakhla does, right? So don't tell me about SDGs. Great. But what is the problem that you're trying to tell me that I have that you want me, that you are going to address? You know, so this is when you're like, khalas, hina is the perfect say, hey, Ahmed or Mr. User, Mrs. User, you have a problem with your handling on your agriculture side or your palm trees or this or that. I'm going to elevate that pain off you. And then tell me how you're going to do it. So, and how it works section is really good. It's always like, hey, you're going to contact us or fill this form. You're going to hear from us in 48 hours. We're going to be helping you in the next week or day, you know, or we're going to send our professionals, or we're going to do this, or we're going to do that. Nakhla in numbers is amazing. I think it also gives me, this is part of like, I want to make sure that I'm not talking to a middleman. I'm not talking to a scam. I'm not talking to this or that. This is a reliable company that could handle that. You've helped 12,000 trees. Perfect. The only thing I would change here is just to make it easy for people to read is just add a comma when it's possible. So here and here, maybe get rid of that 0.6 if it doesn't matter much, like, you know, so just make it easier for people to see it. Is this 1,200 or, oh, it's 12,000, you know, just don't leave it for guessing. This is what I'm saying. And then social proof. Social proof is a huge thing. I love it. Thank you so much for adding that. This is beautiful. One thing to add, you know, there's always one step further. If you can add a picture, you know, if you can talk to Ammar, can you add a picture to you? You know, because if I see Ammar's picture, I feel, you know, I'm more receptive to believing that this is not a BS, excuse my French, review.
Okay, that's a good. I will.
And then global brands. I love it.
I want to add more about the review, so I'm gonna ask also for the pictures. That's great.
Yeah. Perfect. Trusted by global brands. We love that. It's always helpful. One step further, if you want, if I click on 51 labs, and if you have it, and it takes me to a page, say how you've helped 51 labs, or how are you partnering with the water and energy for food. You know, it's always adds a little bit of verification to the reviews. It's not mandatory, but again, I'm seeing something, I'm trying to give you
the links. It's more important.
If you can have a case study on these reviews, or if I click on the link, it's going to take me a page and it's going to say, hey, we've helped these in these ways, you know. Latest posts, amazing. You have content, which is really, really perfect. And then you have contact us. I know we're running out of time. I'm hit with a non-existing page. So that's big issue. I clicked on LinkedIn. Probably you have a LinkedIn page, right?
Yeah, we have LinkedIn page, but I don't know why it's not.
And then
I'm
not sure if this is Nakhla or something else. It takes me to this.
No, this is the old page. Yeah, we need to update.
This is the old page, so we need to update. And then the Facebook.
Delete this page so someone else took it, because we didn't nakhla.iq, it's nakhla.com. Like
yeah, I think so. Yeah, هنا شؤون عراقية, so I think it's a different type of Nakhla. So yeah, the username is written wrong. Here is I think this is it. Oh wow, you guys won something really cool. Awesome. These are the kind of things. Yeah, it's amazing. These are the kind of definitely posts that you always want to keep. The last thing you posted was 20th of January. Keep posting every week, every 2 weeks. Always makes me feel like, oh, you're alive, you're there. But overall, I think it's great. There's a little bit of work there, and you're gonna, push to the next level. I can see that there's no action. Like I was on the homepage, nothing was asked of me. Like I'm a user, right? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to call you? Or do you want me to fill out a form? Usually when it's B2B, we ask people to have a form at the end of the page here, Labib. So ask for my name, ask for my number. If I'm interested, I'm going to put it in.
Well, contact us.
Yes, contact. But this is something you are expecting me to call you or send you, or this is an international number. What's happening? I'm not sure.
If you may
go on the contact us page. Oh, you mean the contact us page? Yeah, that's another way to do the form. Yes, I agree. But we usually try to do the conversion where it's, again, I landed on the homepage rather than going to another contact us page or loading another page, or I'm on my phone, I checked you, I'm interested to move forward. So I'm going to jump in and do that, right? So usually where I'm excited, I'm on your service and products, right? I read about you. This is what you do. This is what you do with the farm. This is what you do for your B2B services. Perfect. Great pictures. It tells the story. Put me a form here. And khalas, I'm sold. I'm ready to buy, right? I'm sold to get on a call with you. So this is the perfect timing to add the form on the page where you're interested in. Like this lady here with the flowers. Like footer, please.
Yes.
Yeah, here she had a sticky footer to always have it in my face. Like whenever I'm ready, I can put it in, So that's the new way of making people convert faster and better, So don't wait me to go to a contact us page. Make it very, very clear of what do you want me to do next? I'm your baby. I don't know what to do. Take my hands and just guide me through your website. Perfect. Okay. Thank you so much, Labib, for sharing. And yeah, super exciting, and love your presence. And I think just with very minor few things here and there, you're on to the next thing. Perfect. We wanted to just do this quick live exercise. I think I'm done here, but would love to give the floor back to Dr. Noura and Hannah to take this over. Maybe.
Thank you, Ahmed, for this comprehensive presentation and for taking us into deep dive into like digital marketing and online presence and strategies to maximize the traffic and the audience for the websites. And I would like to open the floor. Maybe we can take 1 or 2 questions from the audience.
I think we have Layla.
Hi everyone. I'm Layla from Campus Baladi, one of the innovators at W4F. I just have a small question concerning when we're talking about the website on the home page, when you're putting that contact us, pop-up page. Do we make it mandatory? Like there's no way the user can look at the page without filling that form, or is it just, if they don't want, they don't fill it? What do you think?
This is a very good question. I think don't make things mandatory when it comes to filling out the form, because you lose the user from jumping in on your website. Some people do that, like there's a pop-up and you have to fill the form to be able to get in. But if you see that on e-commerce, for example, there's another way of doing it, trying to convince them to voluntarily give their data. So some of the e-commerce websites say, I'll give you 10% on your first order if you fill out this form, right? Before you get onto the website. And then there's an X, you can turn off the pop-up and just go in without and lose on that 10%. And or sometimes even people say, click, no thanks, I'm gonna skip that 10%, like button, right? So makes you feel guilty that you don't wanna get that 10%. So these are more creative ways of trying to nicely ask them to fill out the form without making it like, if you don't fill, you're not getting in. So usually we ask people to do that. So when it comes to B2B, like how can you do that? You can say, hey, I'm going to send you my e-catalog if you fill out the form. Hey, I'm going to send you our premium services. You're going to get something out of that. Like try to encourage them in a way to fill out the form and make them run, and do that for you.
Yeah, noted. Thanks.
I have one last question for you, Ahmed, because I noticed you have to run.
Please.
It is how to increase the women and users and to reach out to more women customers through digital marketing. So if you can perhaps elaborate in 1 minute on this.
Sure, that's a really good question, Dr. Noura. I've seen a lot of women businesses or entrepreneurs who are sharing their stories. I think this is really, really powerful. Sharing the stories on LinkedIn, sharing the stories on social media, saying, hey, I'm just starting out. Would love your feedback. We'd love to, if you can hook me up with other businesses in the sector, women helping women and men helping women and everyone, like the entire community. I think this is very, very powerful when we share our most vulnerable emotions online. It goes viral. And I've seen that with people sending WhatsApp messages on groups, in different groups, and people would forward it. Like a nice story about my business and what we're doing. If, I'm Nakhla, I'm doing this, and we're doing this palm tree and help farms and all that. So giving context to the story and giving context to the background of the founders and sharing that on WhatsApp, sharing that on LinkedIn, it really resonates with the people in different parts of the world.
Thank you, Ahmed, for your answer. This is very elaborative and comprehensive. And I would like to thank you for being with us, and thank you all for being with us today. It has been a pleasure, and we look forward for future webinars for women innovators, and also to dig deeper into digital marketing and also other aspects. And you receive an email for all innovators. You receive an email from Veronica to further explore your needs for the coming webinar. And I would like to invite Hannah to show for the poll for the last poll that we have. Thank you. Over to you, Hannah.
I think we can't hear you, Hannah.
How about now?
Yep. Yeah.
I'm technologically cursed today. Thank you so much, Ahmed. I think we can release you from now. I'm aware you have to go. So if the rest could just stay for 2 minutes, we're going to do a little closing poll.